Yes, it's correct. My name is Kim Ekavin. I'm Director of the International Cooperation or Unit in Directorate in Norway, Correctional Service. But first of all, I was asked by our General Director, Marianne Vollan, to give the best greetings to this conference. And she is actually very positive and hoping for the best results, of course. In Norway, prison and probation is under the same wings, under correctional service. It's a little bit different in Romania, but in Norway it is. And my background, it's from the prison service. So you maybe wonder, why are you here? This is about probation. But anyway, as I said, the probation and prisons have been together for a long time in Norway. I have been in the prison service for almost 30 years. I started when I was 20 as a temporary employee, and we had a lot of discussions in the prisons at that time because how difficult it is to work with people. You just have to lock them in and out and be very strict, and that's all. And we also had a lot of discussions in the prisons about the probation. What do the probation actually do? Do they do something? Because we couldn't see it. And we thought the probation service only did the soft things. And as what I'm trying to say, that at that time we thought we knew what was right and wrong, but we know now that we was totally different, was thinking totally different at that time. Why do I say this? Why do I say this? And what really works? What kind of education and tools is necessary? Depends on the goals, of course. It have to be a kind of, I don't know how to say it in English, but I think it's something like that, a red thread. Is it easy to understand? A red thread through the justice chain. The probation service is playing a very important role, a key role in this chain. Maybe the most important one. The criminal justice chain must understand the different roles in the chain more clear and accept it as it is. Trust in other professions is what I'm trying to say. You need to have trust in the probation service because they're playing a very important key role in the chain. And knowledge-based and research-based probation service is the keyword. The most important resources in probation service is still the people working there. Well, all buildings or new buildings or lack of reconstruction of all facilities is not the main reason for not reaching the goal. It's the people working there. And if you want to do the right thing with clients, you need enough staff. I know that the probation service in Romania have around 390 staff in total. And you have around 27,000 clients. It's a big gap here somewhere. It's not possible to do follow-ups with all these clients when you have 390 staff. It's very difficult. I think what we are trying to achieve in these projects is a lot. I will come back to that. But sometimes I'm thinking, and this is from my own experience, we often say in Norway that different probation offices or different prisons have different cultures. We say that sometimes we feel that old culture is in the walls. Even if you have the same legal framework and internal regulations, we have different culture in our system. I guess you can recognize some of this when I say that I think that a probation office in Bucharest have a little bit different culture than a probation office in North Romania. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I guess so. And it's very easy for Christina and Juliana and all the other probation staff it's a saying in Norway that sometimes you feel that culture are eating strategies for breakfast. It's a funny way to say it. The real work starts after the paperwork is done and approved. So we can put everything we want on paper, but after the paperwork is finished and approved, then that's when the hard work starts. In correctional and probation work, prison and probation work, we very seldom see the good results. It's very difficult to work with people. You cannot see into a person's mind. So we very easily lose faith in our ambitions and beliefs. That's my personal experience and opinion. It's getting more clear that the right education of probation officers and the right numbers of staff and management will affect the results on rehabilitation and influence on each one of the clients. In the correctional and probation service worldwide, not only in Norway and Romania, we often focusing too much on prisoners and clients and forget the staff. It's obvious that quality and the right numbers of staff will increase the positive outcome if they have the right working conditions and education/training. And I believe that the content of the work of the employee itself will be more interesting, especially if you compare with the old system from the 80s and 90s, when I started. The question we have to ask ourselves is, who do you want as a neighbor when you're working with clients? What you put into a person, you will get back from the same person. And times have changed, that's good. Today, the probation service in Norway have a lot of power and authority and are representing a lot more when it comes to alternative sanctions and execution of sentences. I have to mention electronic monitoring, community sentence, driver intoxication program, and home detention, and much more. Why should it be different in Romania? It's possible to change. The results are very good and the numbers of sentenced clients are increasing in all areas. And this development has been more and more appreciated among prison staff, prison leaders, among judges, and of course inside our own government. It's getting more clear that the prison and probation are equal. We still have a lot to learn, but we are depending on each other towards a common goal. And as we all know, there are two overall objectives to the EEA grants and the Norwegian financial mechanism, namely to contribute to the reduction of social and economic disparities within the EEA area and to strengthen the bilateral relations between the beneficiary and donor states. What concerns strengthening the bilateral relations, I think Norway and Romania are doing very well. There is frequent contact between our countries. I must say I am in contact with partners in Romania every day. And this is something which I think we both are very satisfied with. New proposals from correctional and from probation is popping up in my inbox almost every week. Cooperation on project level plays a very important role in strengthening bilateral relations. I'm therefore very pleased that Rogaland Probation Office are involved in the project. I have to mention that Rogaland Probation Office is the second largest in Norway and have a lot of experience. From the Norwegian side, I can tell you that Norwegian experts are very interested in participating in Project International and in Romania. We strongly believe that the sharing of experience, competence and know-how will be mutually enriching for both parties and contribute to the achievement of an improved probation service in compliance with international human rights instrument in Romania. Later today we will hear from NPD and from the Norwegian Probation Service in Rogaland about the work and experience in the cooperation that have been done and maybe the process for the next period. I want to thank you, Kristina, and Juliana, even if she's not here, and all your colleagues, for an excellent program for this event.